Good evening, and welcome to Real Reality. I'm your host, Lennox Kiddington. Tonight, we will follow the lives of 6 reality stars and their quest for their dream. Real Reality is the only show that allows contestants to compete in different categories, including dance, singing, fashion design, modeling, survival, and the culinary arts. Let's begin by meeting our contestants.
Name's Levi, and all my life I've only wanted one thing, to dance. I must have been 6 months old when I remember hearing my first song. I was too young, but I remember it felt like the music was calling to me, calling my name, speaking to me.
But life wasn't fair to Levi.
Levi must have been 2 years old when we first noticed it. He would be watching them children's television shows and dancing along as hard as he could. And that's when we noticed it. Something would always be a little off.
Levi was born without rhythm.
This is how a normal brain reacts to music. And this is Levi's brain. Absolutely nothing.
You know, I would hear the beat, and I would try to move, but something inside me just made me move the opposite of what I heard. I determined right then that I wouldn't let it stop no matter what.
And Levi didn't let that stop him. He's now competing on Real Reality in the category of dance.
I determined as a young boy that I would dance no matter what. Now here I am on Real Reality, pursuing my dream. This is my year. I can feel it.
Perrin Hill is a simple, all-American boy with a dream. A dream that one day he could sing to the world.
Always knew I wanted to sing. I used to spend hours on the family's farm just singing to the animals. I've always been different. Music, it's in my blood. Just what I've been designed to do, I guess.
But Perrin's path to stardom hasn't been easy.
I remember the day like it was yesterday. Me and my sister were hungry, so Pa went out to the barn to get some chicken for Ma to cook. I followed him there because I didn't know where we kept them chickens. Plus, could visit my pet chicken, Cosmo.
Perrin was in for a hard taste of reality.
When I got to the barn, there was my daddy just swinging Cosmo around by the head. I said to him, "Daddy, what you doing to Cosmo?" And Daddy said, "We looking to fix Cosmo for supper tonight." Sure enough, that evening, Ma served Cosmo on the table, and I vowed with each bite of that crispy, golden fried chicken, I would sing for Cosmo. That's all I've been trying to do.
Perrin Hill is that much closer to seeing his dream become reality, as he too competes on Real Reality in the category of singing. Utopia Boston got her start in a small tailoring shop in New York's Upper East Side. It's there that her passion for fashion was born.
You look at an apple. What do you see? Do you see the seeds? No. You see red, green, or yellow, depending on what type of apple you're looking at. But you see the skin. You see the stem, but I see the essence of an apple in terms of it clothing the true fruit. I see that as my job, to create the best looking apple, banana, or orange for that matter, that the people of the world can be seen in.
Utopia Boston has a passion for fashion.
I love color, and yet I see black and white as an absolute. A look that says, see me for who I am, not what I'm wearing, textures, patterns. It doesn't matter. It all gives me something to work with.
Utopia has her needle and thread ready because she too is competing on Real Reality in the category of fashion design. Standing at 5'9" and ready to take on the catwalks of London, Paris, and New York is the lovely Tree A.
It's not really anything I did to be this beautiful. I mean, I was just born this way. I just want to be like a thing that designers can put their clothes on. Like, I want to make those clothes come alive. That's what I do as a model. I make things pretty, and that way, people want to buy them.
But everything hasn't always been pretty in Tree A's world.
I remember that first day in school when Michael Bratton called me Tree instead of Trie. My world crumbled. I mean, this is what my mother named me, and if people don't call me by my real name, they aren't talking to me, right?
Tree A is looking to make a name for herself in fashion.
I mean, yes, I will do whatever it takes to get to the top. That's why I am so thankful for this opportunity to be on the show. This will give me a chance for everyone to know my name. Tree A.
And she's right. She will have that chance as she competes in the moral and category on Real Reality. Ex-Navy SEAL Clavos Johnson has no problem surviving in any situation, climate, or continent on the planet.
I've been in every situation known to man, and I still managed to survive. I've stared death in the face so many times, I know it on first name basis. What up, D?
Clavos was stationed on a secret mission. So secret that his superiors forgot about him for 13 years.
All those years I spent on that mission taught me one thing. All a man needs to survive is shelter, food, and water. And nothing can stop me from living. I can make a meal out of anything. Nothing but protein.
Clavos is in it to win it.
112. I don't know about those other competitors, but now that Clavos is in the game, they don't stand a chance. Woo-hoo!
Clavos' sheer determination in human form, and that's why he is competing on the survival category of Real Reality. Otto Henley has always had a passion for food.
I remember when I was just a little boy growing up, and my mother left me at the babysitter's. She refused to make me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I was so hungry, I realized right then and there that if I was going to eat, and eat well, that my culinary future was going to be up to me.
Otto developed a passion for food, even in the face of criticism.
My tastes are not considered to be normal, I guess you would say. But I believe that is what makes every great chef great. At what point did somebody suggest putting ketchup on a hot dog? Or maybe syrup on a pancake? These tastes are considered to be true genius. That is why I feel that my creations will follow this greatness. Like maybe my whipped cream and mustard glaze? Or maybe even my chocolate chip and calf brain cookies with a pecan sauce reduction.
Otto believes that he can whip up a batch of win, and that's why he is competing in the category of culinary arts on Real Reality. You've met all of our contestants. Now it's time to find out how real reality really works. What our contestants don't know is that their words, actions, and behaviors will be compared to the Word of God to see how they add up. This, my friends, is the realest reality there is.
Man, don't come in here with that Bible stuff.
These are not room temperature. Does this feel room temperature to you?
Or like Gene Kelly. I really like him too.
Good job, Trie. Good job.
Good evening, and welcome to Real Reality. I'm your host, Lennox Kiddington. Tonight, we will follow the lives of 6 reality stars and their quest for their dream. Real Reality is the only show that allows contestants to compete in different categories.
Name's Levi, and all my life I've only wanted one thing, to dance. You know, I would hear the beat, and I would try to move, but something inside me just made me move the opposite of what I heard. I determined right then that I wouldn't let it stop me no matter what.
And I vowed with each bite of that crispy, golden fried chicken, I would sing for Cosmo. That's all I've been trying to do.
I love color, and yet I see black and white as an absolute. A look that says, see me for who I am, not what I'm wearing, textures, patterns. It doesn't matter. It all gives me something to work with.
I remember that first day in school when Michael Bratton called me Tree instead of Trie. My world crumbled. I mean, this is what my mother named me, and if people don't call me by my real name, they aren't talking to me, right?
$112. I don't know about those other competitors, but now that Clavos is in the game, they don't stand a chance. Woo-hoo!
That is why I feel that my creations will follow this greatness. Like maybe my whipped cream and mustard glaze, or maybe even my chocolate chip and calf brain cookies with a pecan sauce reduction.
Now you've met all of our contestants. It's time to find out how real reality really works. What our contestants don't know is that their words, actions, and behaviors will be measured up to the Word of God to see how they add up. This, my friends, is the realest reality there is. Now, let's see how some of our favorites stacked up. Let's go. Now we're going to check in on Otto Henley and his kitchen staff to see how they are preparing for real reality. Let's take a look.
What are you doing? These eggs are not room temperature. I told you that these eggs need to be room temperature. What are you doing?
Well, I left them out for a while.
You did no such thing. These are not room temperature. Does this feel room temperature to you? Move over. You are an idiot. Pierce. Sven, how is my sauce coming?
Here's your onion, sir.
These are scallions. I have told you not to call these onions in my kitchen. What is wrong with you? You two are a bunch of idiots. Move over. Let me do this. You better not be crying. I am competing to be the best chef in the world, and I am surrounded by idiots. If you guys want to work with me and compete, then you must pay attention.
It looks like Otto is having a meltdown. Let's take a look.
These carrots have not been julienned. How am I supposed to make my beef tongue oyster bisque if the carrots have not been julienned? What is going on here? You guys are a bunch of idiots. How am I supposed to compete? What is this?
It's meringue, sir.
Meringue? This is not meringue. What is wrong with you? You two are a bunch of idiots. How am I supposed to compete with the way that you are performing? Take and start this over.
Now let's see how Otto's behavior lines up with the Word of God. It says here in Matthew 22:29b, love your neighbor as yourself. And here in Romans 15:1-3, we who are strong are to bear with the failings of the weak, and not to please ourselves. Each of us should please his neighbor for his good, to build him up. For even Christ did not please himself, but as it is written, the insult of those who insult you have fallen on me. Looks like Otto is failing miserably. Now it's time for me to go reveal the real purpose of real reality to Otto. Come on. Hello, Otto. I've stopped in to see how you're coming.
Well, I am trying to prepare a 5-course meal, but these two idiots that call themselves chefs are hindering my progress.
Well, that's why I'm here. To reveal to you the real purpose of real reality.
What are you talking about? This is not for money or to become the world's most famous chef?
Now, we've been recording your behaviors and lining them up with the Word of God. The Word of God says that we are to love our neighbors as ourselves and not treat them like some drivel. It also says that we are to try and build up our neighbor, not tear them down.
Well, I mean, everyone on TV acts like this.
Well, that doesn't make it quite right now, does it?
What kind of a show is this? I am the great culinary artist, Otto Henley, and I will speak to people the way that I want to.
Well, it looks like he won't be competing with us anymore on Real Reality. Let's check in on Utopia Boston and fashion.
I am the only designer out there that I know of who truly celebrates women. No one seems to capture the true essence of a woman through design. I don't know why I haven't become more popular. It's as if the fashion world isn't ready to discover my talent because it shows up the truly substandard work those other so-called designers produce.
Let's now apply the Word of God to what Utopia is saying.
I mean, Fashion Week is a joke. Their fabrics, lines, use of color, it's all a joke. I am truly the best designer I know.
Miss Boston, perhaps you shouldn't say that about the other designers. You're on the air.
I know we're on the air. This is reality television, isn't it? But this is how I truly feel. All great designers must feel this way, or they aren't truly great. My work is divine. Everyone else's is rubbish.
Well, Utopia, Proverbs 16:18 says, pride comes before destruction, but a haughty spirit before a fall. And in Proverbs 11:2 it says, when pride comes, then comes disgrace. But with humility comes wisdom. How about throwing on a little humility, Utopia? Eh?
I am the best designer, period. I am the essence of fashion. It's time for the rest of the world to discover